Yo, how's it going? This is Get Cray, and we're about to get Cray up in this place. I'm thinking of changing my name to that. It has like a nice ring to it, doesn't it? I like it. All right, so this is a Warcraft video. I'm just trying to do some gameplay footage for you guys. It's nothing much, just some leveling and maybe a dungeon if it pops up. But honestly, it's not anything more than that. I'm just showing off kind of like the art, trying to show you guys like how it looks on a semi-pro, but I'm not really pro, like whatsoever. There's a ton of buttons and a lot of flashing lights, more than what a console gamer is probably used to. You can easily be overwhelmed by all that, and I understand. When I first started playing, I was definitely overwhelmed. I didn't know any of what the buttons did. I didn't even try to read what they did. And I ended up just walking around hitting stuff without a weapon, just slapping it. That's all I ever did. But, I got to the point where I saw my mistakes and I was like, you know what? I'm pretty stupid. It was around level 35 or so. So, what I like to do with this video is tell you guys the pros and cons, the reasons why you should be playing this game, and the reason why you shouldn't be playing this game. Oh crap. I'm backtracking. I accidentally missed a quest item here. But yes, World of Warcraft has a lot of things for you to do, especially if you're a beginner. There is a lot of layers for you guys to get through. You guys got to get through leveling, questing, gearing, and achievements. That is a lot of things to do. But let's say you're like me, you're like an old fart in World of Warcraft, and you've been around for like, what, 2, 3 years or whatever. You think that you've done it all, and that kind of gets to you, because you're kind of like, well, I'm done with everything that I have to do. What else is there? And then you just start slowly backing away from this game. It's like that kid in high school that you used to be friends with, and now like in the real world you guys meet at Walmart or something, and now he's all like, oh hey man, how's it been? I've been in the same town, blah blah blah. And I don't see you much. How's it going? It's been good, really, yeah. And you just walk away. It's almost like that. It's been like that a lot for me lately with World of Warcraft. I came back because I kind of just wanted to level up, see how the new expansion went, and kind of just say hello to some friends if they're still around, and just see what's new. I kind of wanted to raid, but I keep remembering that like with raids, it takes a lot of time. It's like a second full-time job, really, honestly. And for a job that doesn't pay you, it doesn't really catches your attention, now does it? What am I supposed to do here? Some of these you gotta read. They'll tell you exactly what you gotta do. Blah. I gotta need some of this and some of that. Some of these. Okay. And do I not know what to do? Yeah, so that's one of the things that makes me not want to play. It's just so much time wasted on this game. And now again, if you think that you're wasting time, of course you're wasting time. There's no way around that. Okay, I'm doing something wrong here. Oh no, I was alright. I was just getting unlucky. RNGesus was not with me. Okay, so yeah, it's all about point of view, right? Like if you're playing Call of Duty, you're playing Call of Booty, and it's not really, and you're losing all the damn time, you probably think that you suck or the game is cheating, and you'll probably just stop playing it, right? You'll blame lag eventually, which is alright. I do that from time to time too. I'm like, you know what? It's not me, it's lag. It's lag. But that's normal. Just gotta face facts. You gotta train a little bit harder, right? To become the best. The best that there ever was. Now what am I doing here? Okay, and I guess the other thing I think that's about it. It's just the whole. I felt like I was wasting time by playing it, so that's why I kind of backed off from it. Otherwise, it's a really good game. There's and don't worry about the buttons. Honestly, to be honest with you, because eventually you just start remembering. Because back in the day, when I used to play on my warrior, especially even at the end levels, when I started realizing what I needed to be doing and what goes with what, I still kept doing this. I still kept clicking buttons, going all over the place, blah 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 blah. And then it worked out for me. Uh, but then once I started raiding, especially as a tank, or was it a DPS? I can't remember. But I just I kept falling into traps. I kept like walking into fire, and it was a bad time for healers. And it was lucky for me that they didn't realize that. They didn't really realize that it was my fault, which honestly I'm happy about. I got lucky. But if I wasn't right, if they actually knew what was going on, then I would have been kicked. I had some fun, and then okay, so I'm gonna talk to you guys about Warcraft, like how I usually talk to my friends about this. Um, I'll reminisce about the good days, right? And I know they know nothing about Warcraft, but I know they know a little bit something about RPGs, and how, like I'll tell my friend something about hyperdementia, right? And I'll be like, I'm so pissed because I'll be playing it, and then all of a sudden I die after playing for 2 hours, right? And then I forgot to save, or I didn't realize, hey, I needed to save. Otherwise, all my progress would have been deleted, game over, and you gotta restart. That pissed me off so much, and I told him about it, and he's like, "Yep, that's how they usually are." And I was like, "Damn it, should have realized sooner." So, yeah, my friends understand a little bit about RPGs and how they work, but I kind of like just the fact that you die, you can pick up from where you started, or you just restart the mission. You're still fine. You still have all your items. It's easy mode, right? It is scrub mode. I like the fact that you start out from level 0 to becoming a hero. To me, that's amazing. Where did I go for this? Oh, that's what is this? Is this a? Oh, this is a. It's a time travel mission. Oh no, no! Damn it! Be right back. Welcome back. My bad. I have I have this. I'm recording this in windowed because of raisins, right? To me, it's easier just to be able to see what I'm recording and being able to look at my screen at the same time. I don't like having it in full screen and then having to alt and tab. It's just not my thing. I just don't like it. Especially, just not my thing. So like I was saying about RPGs and stuff. I really like the fact that you start out with nothing. You have no armor whatsoever. You just start out with the flannel or whatever you start off with, and then you slowly start getting the gear you like, and you start looking cool. I loves it. All right, so we're gonna be getting into it, and then I'll probably be logging off. All right, so and look, they added in Warcraft where like whatever armor you're wearing, you can modify it so that way it looks like old gear that you used to have. And that becomes really great for the people who's been around forever, right? They're like, I really love this old piece of gear that I used to have, but I can't wear it because the stats are horrible. Well, you can mod your gear. You can make yourself look like you used to do. And especially if like let's say it was like from an old raid that doesn't exist anymore, it helps out people. I mean, it's armor that's rare that you can't attain anymore. And if you're wearing it, you feel like a general or something. I don't think I've done this raid yet or dungeon yet. Oh well. Oh well. But dude, yeah. But raids used to take forever, and and I think they still do, honestly, because I came into this with no friends. I wish I had friends to play this with, but you know, you can't have 'em- you can't have everything, right? One second. Okay. Uh, yeah, I would totally play with the people that I've met online, and every time that we had to do something, they'll contact me on Facebook. They'll say, "Hey, we're just gonna start doing a raid. Do you want to come along?" And I'll be like, "Sure, I'll hop on." Other than that, if I was playing the game, right, and if I wanted to raid, I would have to find myself a pug. A pug would be like it's a random group on your server that you find that are looking for a specific role, and you're just there to kind of like fulfill that role. And and the problem with that is that you need 10 specific roles, and like let's say you only have like 5 people as so far. It can take up to about an hour or two just to find that other role that you guys are looking for, and that sucks. It'll take us forever. I remember right before Cataclysm started, me and my friends wanted to do Wrath of the Lich King, and we decided, hey, let's do 25 man for the heck of it. I think that thing took us about 5 hours, like 1 hour to recruit, and then another. Oh no, it was like an hour or 2 hours. I can't remember. It was for a long time. I was just sitting up in Dalaran and I was trying to look for people. It took forever. And then when you finally get into raid, it doesn't mean everybody is gonna know what they have to do, right? So a couple wipes from the first couple of bosses, and you already feel like this might not work. But you stick through it, and hopefully something happens. And it did. We were able to get the Lich King down after I think like the 10th try or something, because the Valkyries kept pulling people away and stuff. Oh my god, great times. People yelling. It was great. That was my first time ever having to deal with people and rage.
Beware.
Also, this is just to let you guys know, this is my first time actually playing this and talking, commentating
Beware.
at the same time. Uh, it's a little bit harder than I thought. Color commentating is really hard. I see some red. I see some yellow. I'm sorry, that joke is a bit old. Let's see what else. You know what? I might as well just share some memories I have, I guess. Like I told you in the beginning, I started off as a noob, like any other person, right? Especially to the uh, to the PC genre. The only other PC game I played before this was probably um, Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle Earth, the strategy game. I would play that on my Windows Vista, and that thing took like what 7 discs for to load in. That was awesome. And then after that, I played Orcs Must Die, and the way that I found that game, um, I was watching Yogcast, what's his name, Sips. I was watching Sips, and I was like, oh, that game looks amazing. So I started playing it, and I was like, it is amazing. And before PC, right, the game that I would religiously play all the time was, what you call it, was Gears of War. I would play that all the way up until I got gold rank or level 100, and that game was extremely fun. The whole like I really love games that are in third person, like my like World of Warcraft, like orcs must die, hyperdementia. I really don't like first-person shooters. I guess you can say I can play it, right? But I'm not the best. Oh, and then after Warcraft, I played a bit of Smite. I think like 2 years ago, and I was doing really good at it too. But I guess oh yeah, Smite didn't want to play for me for some reason. Like, has anybody ever gotten the like fix this button where instead it says play, it says fix it? And I tried everything. I tried the admission, run as administrator, but it just didn't do anything. And I was like, cool. Well, I played this game and put a lot of money into it. Well, screw me then. I did really good. I think I was in platinum 2 or something. Platinum 4 or 5. And I would play as the support. I love playing support. I love playing tank. Nelick, my warrior tank. I would have some fun times with him. But I guess at least Warcraft taught me about like not running into fire, staying out of stuff, and just being able to multitask at the same time. But it is a skill you must acquire, especially if you're not like if you're not ta- um, if you're not born with it, right? You got to train for it. And oh boy, I did. Okay, so some memories I had about this. So complete noob, right? We got that covered. Um, Afterwards, so I started playing this because of my cousin. My cousin introduced to me. He gave me an invite, and I was like, all right, I'll play it. I've never had to play this before, so whatever. I'll meet you as an undead warrior. And he was like, all right, cool, because he thought undeads were like they looked pretty sick, they looked pretty metal. And so we were like, all right, we'll do this. And I was like, hey, this guy looks like me. Tell you guys honestly, I know some of you guys see my my cam stuff. Like you see me on cam. I'm like 113, and I'm 5'6", 5'8", and I'm 110. Sick. Oh dang. Hold on. Woo! So yeah, we started playing that, and he left me after a while. Like I couldn't find him, and I was like, okay, I'll play ahead of you. And I I went all the way up until level 20 or so, and I just kept playing up until like all the quests were like gray level, and I was like, what? Hey, I think these creatures aren't giving me experience. I wasn't even doing quests. I don't think so. I was just grinding for a bit, and so I decided to move over to Hillsbrad, and I was like, nice. This place is nice. And then I saw a Tauren and I think a troll. They were just questing, and I was like, hey, can I join in? Or I charged in and helped them out, and they're like, oh hey man, how you doing? Blah blah blah. I'm here to help you out. And they're like, oh cool. Can I travel along with you guys? Sure. More the merrier, right? And they told me that they were friends at first, and then after a while, after getting to know them for a bit, they were like, "Hey, this is my," the Torn was like, "Hey, this is my wife in real life, and we're playing just to kill some time." I was like, "That's awesome," and so I became really good friends with them. And then I met up with another guy. He was like a technician who would play on his free time when he wasn't working. And the first time, because he introduced us to Vent, and I had never really spoken to him with my voice before. So when I went in there, I was like, "Oh hey, is this Tomzilla?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Awesome." And then he's all, "Hey, by the way, this is the other guy." And I was like, "Hi." And all of a sudden, I hear this female voice, and I was like, "Oh hey, you're actually female?" And he's all like, he sounded like an elderly female or whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, um, this guy has me trapped in a closet or something, and I hate it when he hits me," or he said something along those lines. She said something along those lines, and I was all right. I was shipping out for a bit, and he goes, and then my friend just starts laughing, and he goes, got him. And then the guy, technician, is all like, I'm trying not to give out names. I already messed up, so my bad. But let's call him Z, right? Z, the mage. So, anyways, he starts laughing too, and he goes, "Ah, man, this is no, I'm a dude. I'm a guy. It's just that I was using oh my god." He's all like, "Yeah, I was just using a voice mod to change my voice." I was like, "That is dirty. The heck is going on?" That's what my viewers are probably saying. They're like, "Damn." um, what was I saying? I spaced out. I'm totally spacing out right now. Oh yeah, so he said yeah, so he was using a voice mod. So he tricked me for a bit. That was pretty. So that was really funny. And then we decided, hey, you know what? We should form a guild of friends, right? And it was awesome. We got to do a lot of things. We recruited this foreigner guy, and he was really fun to hang around with. He did a lot of achievements, and he invited us to do some. And we went out of our ways to just have fun. We weren't even questing. We were just having fun, right? We didn't even care about our gear or anything like that. And then we were like, you know what? We should try our hands at raiding. And that's where things got a little sour because although I was able to take some of the like verbal abuse and I was able to, get into like the raiding mindset, just being able to take things seriously, my friends were more about still about just having fun instead of actually being able to complete the game. Or not completing the game, but completing the raids itself. They were more about having fun, right? Which the guess it depends on like how you view this game. Honestly, if you are just trying to have fun and just quest, that's great on you. Uh, if you're looking for something serious, obviously you go for raiding and you just go for PvP and all that kind of jazz. But make sure you tell people what are you intending to do. Otherwise, you guys will have different ideas of what should be going on, which is bad. So, like I said, I was being more serious. They wanted to have more fun, and so when it came down to me raid leading, I think I was when I was raiding leading, it came down to a decision on who deserves the gear and how that should go. And I made some bad mistakes. I was like, this guy needs it more because of his gear. This guy needs it more because he's rode on it. And then my friend was like, no, you got to make sure that she gets it because of this and that. And we just got into arguments, and after that, we just stopped raiding with one another and just started looking out for our own. We would still be friends, like we'll still keep in contact, but rating wise, we just saw that we just couldn't. We just weren't fitting one each other's agendas per se, right? So I got into hardcore rating, even PvP. I think I became a first sergeant like really quick because I was invited to an RPG and I got carried. I'm not gonna lie, because I was the tank. I was like the carrier, right? I wasn't doing top DPS. I was just being the flag carrier. Otherwise, known as getting carried, and I became a first sergeant. But yeah, I did raid during Cataclysm, but then once I got hired by a guild to be a raid leader, but then I stopped being a raid leader because oh yeah, there was problems in the guild. Like there was a girl and she would always be crying about stuff and she would just be dumb and stuff. And then one of the guys was like trying to hit on her and he wanted to be raid leader and I can't remember all the details, but it went something like that, right? Something that would show up on Jerry Springer's or that new the new data late night thing, the one that can tell that if you're lying or whatever. It's like one of those things. So yeah, I just stopped raiding. Although I do miss raiding, it just takes up way too much time. And then also, oh, there you go. I was going to school. That's what stopped me. I was going to college, and then I wanted to have a part-time job as well. So so real life screwed me over. Well, this got in the way of real life. I should probably say that. And right now, here I am. I'm just replaying this game for some laughs, just for some fond memories. It would never be the same way as it used to be, as far as I know, right? Especially because a lot of these realms are now blended together. Mataran used to be like for new players, right? So new players would come in. Then it became like a medium server, and then lastly, it became solo populated that it had to be merged with Dawnbringer. So that does a lot. I went into, and then I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? What if I'm dead? I was like, you know what? What if I go to a better populated server like Illidan or Darksphere or somewhere like that? I was like, yeah. So, oh my God, am I gonna die again? I think I'm gonna die. Okay, so I was like, what if I did something like that? So I logged on as a warlock, and oh my God, there's so many people. You would go into you would go into the city, and then immediately you'll see in trade chat, willing to buy this, willing to sell this, willing to pug, shut up, anal this, anal that, anal achievement, anal master of arms. That is what a trade is supposed to do. Darn it. Like the good old days. Oh, I thought I thought I lagged or something. So, I guess a tip if let's say you do want to get into this, or if you're still around and you kind of feel still lonely, I suggest you just go to a higher populated server. It's easier to find people, and like I said, I guess it all depends on how you feel about the game. If you feel like you know you're better off alone and you don't want to be disturbed and stuff like that, then Mataran is definitely a place for you. You can easily find these epic monsters really easy without people coming in and ganking you. Okay, so this should be the last boss, so power level rising. Uh, so, if you're really into RPGing, if you're really into playing with other people, this is definitely the game for you. You can become either competitive or you can become a casual. Whatever you decide to do is up all to you. Just make sure you read up on the forums and ask these questions. Say like, I'm looking for a I'm looking for a realm that's for role playing. I'm looking for a realm that PvPs. Just make sure, just ask these questions on Google, and you'll find an answer. Trust me. I'll probably end it on this note. So thank you guys for hearing me out. This is what I think of Warcraft and the things that should be keeping you away from it and the things that should be bringing you in. So thank you guys again, and see y'all next time. Holla.